Hello.
Hello and good morning.
Hi.
There. Sharath, it's great to have you here. I think you're new to the group. It's wonderful to meet you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Leno. Yeah, this is my first meeting, and I just joined in, I think, 2 days before. Yeah, thank you.
Outstanding. Well, really, really grateful to have you here. Roshan, thanks for your message. Glad to have you here as well. Sharath, where are you joining us from?
Yeah, I'm joining from India, Bangalore, India.
Excellent. Well, it's great to have you here. Tell us a little bit about yourself, if you would. You must be studying for your CISSP, I'm assuming.
Yes, definitely. I've been, working nearly 18 years now in the field of the network domain. And yeah, I'm the CISSP, really, fascinates me, but like incorporating, this, domain, things in my work. Yeah, really excites me, and I really want to, CISSP, and, yeah, do further more.
Wonderful. Do you have your exams scheduled yet?
Yes, it's in December.
In December. Okay, wonderful. We have a handful of people who are testing next month in October. Good to get that.
Good.
Nice. Well, forgive me. I have a question. I see Roshan put in the chat. He's from Bangalore also. I just started working with an organization. We have a pretty heavy development team in Noida. How far is that from Bangalore? I know I could just look at a map, but I'm going to India here in the next few months, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Oh, that's in part of distance, and definitely it's more than 1,000 kilometers.
Not even close.
It's on the north side. Bangalore is on the south side. Yeah.
Okay. I need to learn my Indian geography a little bit more. Good morning. It's wonderful to see you.
Hi, Josh. Hi, everybody else. I think everybody else on the call and we're neighbors. I'm from Pakistan.
Hey, hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Aman, I don't think I have met you yet either. Welcome to the group. It's wonderful to have you here. Okay. So we can go ahead and get started. So there is not. Let me officially launch that so I'm not lying to you to start our session here. Okay, there is a poll launched in the Google Meet platform. If you're unfamiliar with how to use the poll functionality, there's the activities box in the bottom right-hand corner. There's a group of shapes. Within that, if you select the polls, we'll be using these for practice questions throughout today's session. So go ahead and answer that icebreaker poll just so that we can start getting familiar with that functionality. But because we do have a couple new people on the call, I'll introduce myself. My name is Josh. I am CISSP certified. I have my master's degree in cybersecurity and information assurance, and I currently teach at a university. Although for those of you who are not new, just as kind of a little sneak preview, I'm going to be done teaching at the university here in a couple of months. This is going to be my first and last semester with them, because I just enjoy working with you guys so much. It's been a bigger workload, and I don't want to disparage the role that I currently have, but less rewarding than getting to work with you. You all are taking your education very seriously. Every single session is voluntary for you, obviously. I don't have to crack the whip to get you guys doing work. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up here in the next 6 to 8 weeks or something like that. I'm going to get to be spending some more time with you, which I'm really looking forward to. So thank you, because as you guys know, I don't really call myself an instructor, more of a facilitator. We're here to study together. I don't know everything, so please ask questions. And if I don't know the answer, then I'll write it down so that we can get the answer together. So with that said, we have, just to introduce a couple of you, so Sarah is one of our moderators. She's so tremendously helpful in the school platform. You likely have seen her right there. Cliff has been coming back to join us. He passed his exam a couple of weeks ago at this point, so he's CISSP certified, which is awesome to have him still here on the call with us. But I'd love to hear from a couple of you about how studying is going, what successes or challenges you're finding, if you found some neat resources, before we dive into any studying or practice questions. Who's got something on their mind? Who's struggling with a study topic or anything like that?
Okay, should I go first?
Yeah, I'd love to hear from you, Sarah.
No, I think Russian, you can go first.
Okay. No, I just wanted to tell you guys that, I'm trying hard to actually go through all I'm especially finding it very difficult to remember things. I start from domain 1. By the time I reach domain 7 or 8, I feel like I don't remember anything about domain 1. And then I go back to domain 1 and I completely forget about other domains. So this is very difficult. I know, I also I have watched some videos and YouTube and all. They say that I have to keep revising, but the problem is that there's no time to revise because the course itself, it's humongous. So I really appreciate the guys who have already cleared this exam. I'm really not sure how they did it. But also I would like to add one more thing. Thanks to Cliff. I wanted to thank him because he suggested that CC exam. So yesterday I gave that exam and I cleared it. So yes.
Congratulations, Roshan. Really well done. That is awesome to
Yeah,
hear.
thank you so much.
You got a
So
white Cliff.
it was kind of like, we as Indian, we love cricket. So in terms of cricket, I would say that was kind of a net practice before the actual exam, actual match.
Well, excellent. That's a good confidence booster, and it shows you like your studying is paying off. It's easy to what you're going through, like you said, so much material, and it's easy to forget. You come back to domain one after going through a few domains. Boy, I haven't studied this in a little while now. But I promise if you do that 1 or 2 times and you'll spend less and less time needing to study because it'll be just a refresher then at that point. And it'll lock in a little bit better for you the second or third time you study things. That's why we repeat topics sometimes. If we're going to discuss PKI again today, we discussed it last week. We're going to continue to talk about, not every time we meet together, of course, but difficult concepts like that. The only way to really master them is to get experience with them to the point where you almost get bored into studying them. Like, oh, not this again. I've already got this. Let's move on. So really good job studying, though. Keep it up, Roshan.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Sarah.
Okay, I want to add something from my experience that's related to what Roshan is saying. So yes, that is true. But I think the one thing which I feel like is the most important about this preparation is that you have to stay focused and stay motivated, because it's just so easy to lose that motivation, because like you mentioned that you go through all the domains, and when you're like back to revising that, you see that you've forgotten a lot of the stuff. So how I see it now after going through like one round of like the initial I would say preparation is that focus on what you actually have retained, what you remember, rather than like more stressing on, oh, I've forgotten this. Because after every subsequent cycle of revision, you'll know what your weak areas are, what your strong areas are. So that will kind of like ease the burden on you, because after doing like 2 full revisions, you know that these are my weak areas. I need to just revise these rather than going through the entire content. Because once you see questions which are relevant to those topics, the answer will pop up in your head because you know that topic deep down. So you don't have to keep revising that. So, and like Josh said, yes, there are topics which will be difficult. So you have to keep revising them to the point where you actually you just want to go to sleep the minute you start studying them. So yeah, just stay motivated. Yeah, don't give up.
Sure. Thank you for the advice.
Yeah. Sarah brought up a great point about tailoring your studying as well. That's a common practice that I'm not telling you guys anything new of. Going through the domains, just so you have an overview of everything, and taking the practice tests that weight by domain. It's helpful to do that periodically throughout your studies. So like she said, you can see your progression. Sometimes you think you're not doing well, but on a test you might be. So yeah, great shout out, Roshan. I appreciate just you being honest about that. I think a lot of people go through that. I remember it being discouraging if I would take a practice test and then on the next practice test, my score would drop in a domain. And that's just test taking. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Yeah, Alton, you had your hand raised?
Yeah, I think you all just told me what I was getting ready to say, because I was like, I do tests. I've done 125, 150 on certain practice tests. And it's like sometimes it's like I'm sticking at 40, and it really kind of bothered me. Like, and then when I do it again, I'm like, okay, I did the weak parts, and then it's like I'm at 40. I'm at like that 40-50 ratio. It's like I can't get no past that ratio and everything. And what advice that you can, I know keep on taking tests, that's a good thing too, because you can see your weak points and everything. Like, I know one of my strong points now is domain 5. I didn't even know that. I hit almost a 70 on that. That was a shocker to me. But like my weak points, like I saw like domain 1 was the first one. I'm like, my goodness, I studied domain 1, but I knew domain 8 was gonna be one of my weak points because I haven't studied it all the way through, being that I'm not more into software like that.
Sure. Yeah.
But with like certain ones like domain 3, I'm like, why keep getting the same score over and over again? So
Who else can relate to that of taking exams and getting frustrated because you're maybe plateauing, or again, like I mentioned, even seeing scores drop sometimes? I mean, most of you probably have that, April.
Yeah, that I'm in the middle of doing that now. So like I decided to, I'm going to learn Zap, and I started off with 10 and I started off with 25. Now I'm at 50 and I need to be 80 and above before I go to the next one, which is 100. So my plan is to do 50 4 times a day for the rest of this week. I should be able to make it to 100 next. However, when I look and see what, and this will help you. I don't know who's asking the question, Alton. I will go to the app, look down, and I'll see where I'm missing, where it's red. Okay, in network, I'm not high. I'm missing a lot of questions in network. So then, before I take my next one, because remember I'm trying to get to the next level, which is 100. I'll go and I'll look at tapes, read the book, the chapter again. I'll look at my notes. But most of all, at this point, I will go over tapes that like online and YouTube, or go into like Mike Kaplan and go into all the network and redo that whole thing. It might take me all day, but the next day, I'm able to squash it. By the end of the night, I'm able to squash that. And then I get myself to a higher level. So what I'm saying all this to say, when you plateau, look at what you're missing. You should be able to look down and see, okay, wow, you're high on one level, you're on level 5. So level 1, 2, and 3, so you can look at those and start reviewing tapes on those. Then go back and take it again and you'll come up. So that's how I've been doing it. Like if I'm level plateauing, and right now I'm plateauing at 78, not trying to brag, but I need to be at 80 before I get to, that's my personal thing, before I go to the 100. And so just look at the ones you're not good at. So you're good. You're 40% with level 5. But level 5 is not going to carry you through the exam. So I will go back and look at tapes and look at whatever is on other domains. That's what you need to practice. Then go back and take the tests, practice tests.
That is a great shout out, April. Really,
If that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to kind of tap off what April is saying there, Alton, was you're going through these practice exams, they're open book for you in a sense. I would have a notebook next to you if you're taking some practice exams. Jot down the concepts or the words or anything like that that isn't clear. There's the test taking side of things where you can look at the questions and the answers. There's a topical side as well, where if you're asked a question and a little bit less confidence on it, or you end up getting the question wrong, of just taking a step back. I don't care what domain this is. Let's make sure my understanding of how
Right.
this is in place. So great shout out, April. That's really wonderful.
And here's another one real quick that I'm noticing. If I don't understand anything, what you just said, just go back to the domain and review it again. I just typically will do my practice tests only in that one domain. So if you're doing all 8 domains and you have a problem with 8, just do one at a time. Master as much as you can. Like I'll just make sure I master domain 1 and then do more practice tests on domain 1. And I'm like, okay, I'm good there. Now go back and review the tapes on domain 2 and then do your practice on 2. So by the time you do all of them, you kind of have an idea of where you're really holistically not leveling up. And that's it. I'm not going to talk no more.
That's awesome, April. I hope you stick around after you pass your CISSP because you have some good.
I will. I definitely will. I just want to pass. I want to pass so bad. So yeah.
You're almost there. You're so close.
Thank you.
Yeah. Chris, you had your hand raised. I'd love to hear from you, man.
Yeah, I think a big part that's going to help overall is using flashcards and getting your head around all the different acronyms. There's so many acronyms that if you know what most of them are, you can eliminate answers that don't apply to the question, and that's going to help you level up.
And Chris, I'm so glad you brought that up because you asked about an acronym list last week, and I still have it on my question list. I'm sorry I didn't get that to you, but yeah, great call out. flashcards are really helpful. Acronyms, you guys have heard my test taking advice of the day before and the day of. Find a list of 1,000 acronyms. There are so many in our industry, and review them. They will get you questions right just by knowing what the acronyms mean, and it will absolutely save you time in the exam as well, because you don't have to spend time remembering, which one is MTTR versus MTTF. If you understand what those terms are from an acronym perspective, sometimes that's the only piece of information you need. What does this acronym stand for? If I know that, I can answer the question. So really good way, really good call out, Chris. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and move forward here. First of all, thank you to Sam and Sandra for, I don't think we have either of them on the call, which is a big bummer because they had some great questions. They aren't, that's okay.